Most students see programming question and immediately start drawing flowcharts or pseudocodes. But don't. A real programmer first understands the problem before thinking about solving it. We are going to make use of this programming question to go through program development stages step by step. We're going to start from the problem to the solution. This is ICT Kenya, and welcome. Let's start. Step number 1, problem recognition and definition. Here is our question. We need a program. We draw a flowchart for a program that prints 6, 9, 12, 15 for all values less than 150. So before starting, let us first recognize and define the problem. The problem is we want a sequence of numbers 3, no, 6, 9, 12, 15, and so on up to 150. That's a problem. Let's define the problem. We're going to make use of something we call IPO model, input process output model. What is our input? Surprisingly, there is no input in this program. Rather, we are going to set the initial number to be 6. Tell the computer, since we don't have an input, you're going to assume that the first number is 6. That's all. Now, what about the processing? Something is happening. 6, then 9, then 12, then 15. So if you check well, there is an increment of 3. So that is the processing activity taking place, adding 3 repeatedly. Then what is supposed to be output? All the numbers below 150 starting from 6. That is IPO model, and we have defined the problem. And hence it will be very easy for us to design the program using a flowchart and a pseudocode. Stage 2 is usually program design. Now that we have defined our problem, it will be very easy for us to design the program. And this is where we get our marks, the 4 marks of drawing the flowchart. Then we shall also do it using the pseudocode as a bonus. So since we know we don't have an input but initial value is 6, we are going to apply the same in the flowchart. How? We use an oval to indicate start. Then after that, we set the first value to be 6. This is called variable. We create a variable to be 6. Then from there we check, is this variable less than 150? If no, if yes, we just print it. So in our case, we are printing 6 because n is 6. Then add 3 to 6 and repeat the process again and check, is now 9 less than 150? If yes, print 9, increase it by 3, again go back. Is 12 less than 150? And this process will keep on going on and on until the number is no longer less than 150 and program stops. That is the logic, and you score your 4 marks. Let us see the pseudocode version of this. It is just simple English statement, begin. Then we set n to be 6. Then we check, is n less than 150? Okay, here we're now just going to use normal English language. While n is less than 150, what are we supposed to do? Output n, increase it again. That's all. And the program ends. I told you this is ICT Kenya, and therefore we're going to an extra mile to do the real coding, not pseudo coding, but real coding. In this case, I'm going to use JavaScript. Very simple language, doesn't need a lot of preparations. Let me show you how I'm going to do it. This is a very powerful point. If you can draw a flowchart or write a pseudocode, you can code. How? Let's check how I'm going to transform this pseudocode into a real code here. I'm going to use JavaScript. Something to notice, in each line of pseudocode, all you need to know is the syntax used in that particular programming language. For example, in JavaScript, we use the keyword script. Then here we have set n to be 6. In JavaScript, we use the keyword let, then the variable is equals to 6. Then here we have while n is less than 50, do all of this. JavaScript, just type the word while, and then you'll be able to see the autocomplete statement here. So while condition, our condition is n less than 150. Then what should happen? Print n and increase it by 3. we use console.log. So console.log n, then n is equals to n plus 3. Run without debugging. Can use edge. Okay, just go back again here. And now you'll be able to see the output here. The last value is 147. And the first one is 6, 9, 12, 15 up to 147. So let's look at what we have done. We didn't jump straight to answering the question. We followed the process. We started by recognizing the problem. We want a flowchart to print numbers like 6, 9, 12, and so on. Then after that, we define the problem and notice that we don't have any input. Rather, we're going to set a value. We are going to initialize a value. Then we notice the process is that the value should always increase by 3. Then the output is printing the numbers. And then there was a constraint. They should be less than 150. Then after that, we didn't face any problem while coding because we had designed the program before coding. Don't see a program in question and immediately start drawing flowchart or writing pseudocode or even coding. First, recognize the problem, define the problem, design it, and then you can code it if required. If this video was very helpful to you and you'd like to see more of these kind of tutorials, please hit the subscribe button, like, and even share with your friends who like programming. See you in the next tutorial.